Hello everyone, welcome to my video. My name is Stella from Stellar Crafts. How are you today? In today's video, I'm going to show you how to make a popular and viral wind spinner. So it's a fun and quick tutorial and you can make them using any scrap yarn that you have in hand. You can use these wind spinners as outdoors or indoors decor, and they are super colorful and fun, and for sure they are going to bring a smile to your face. So come with me, let's make them together. We are going to need scissors, tapestry needle, crochet hook. This one is a 4mm crochet hook, a piece of cardboard. I'm going to use a piece of cardboard that has a height of 4 inches and the length here doesn't matter much. And here are some optional things. Some beads. You are going to need some beads that have a large opening here that you can fit your yarn through it. Fabric glue and measuring tape. And I'm going to use number 4 medium worsted weight acrylic yarn in 4 different colors here. You can also use cotton yarn. You can use any color you want, and if you don't have 4 different colors, you can also use only one color, or you can alternate between only 2 different colors. So this is up to you. You can use whatever you want, and you can use your scrap yarn. So you don't need a lot of yarn to make this wind spinner. So before we start crocheting this cute wind spinner, I have to talk to you about the measurements. The total length of the wind spinner is approximately 26 inches. So the spiral part has 22 inches and the tassel has approximately 4 inches. To achieve that length, which is 22 inches, we are going to make 101 chains. But if you want to make your wind spinner longer or shorter, you have to adjust that number of chains. So if you want a longer wind spinner, you are going to have to make more than 101 chains. And if you want a shorter wind spinner, you are going to make less than 101 chains. And the rest of the pattern is all the same. I mean, you're gonna adjust the number of stitches in each round, but the idea is the same. You're gonna see it's simple, super simple to make them in any size that you want. Okay, so just as an example, let me show you a smaller one that I made. So this one I made using 41 chains. So the foundation chain here in the middle has 41 chains. And it measures approximately 9.5 inches. And the tassel has approximately 3 inches, let's say. So it's a shorter one. So we are going to start by making this loop here that we use to hang our wind spinner. We start by making a slip knot. And I like to leave a long yarn tail here before my slip knot. Let's say this yarn tail has approximately 15 inches. Now I start to make my slip knot here. And my first color is the navy blue. Look at that. Now we chain 40. Now we join the last chain we made here to the first chain with a slip stitch to form a loop. And now moving on, let me show you the part we have to work on now. Now we are going to work on the foundation chain for the middle here of the work. So now we continue working with the same yarn here. There's no need to cut this yarn and reattach it. So we make 101 chains. I know it's a lot of chains, but it goes by fast. The project is a fast project and it's fun to make because you see all the different colors and it becomes a spiral. It's so fun. So let's make those chains. 101. So we are using the working yarn here. That long tail we left in the beginning of the work, we leave it here. So 101 chains, so we have a lot of work to do here. And I'll work on my chains, you work on yours, and I'll meet you back here when I'm on the last chain. So look at that, a very long foundation chain there. I just have one more chain to make to finish it. Look at that. So I have 101 chains here. And now, still working with the same yarn, we are going to make a single crochet in the second chain from the hook. So we skip this one and we make the single crochet right there. So one single crochet right there. Look at that. And now we continue making single crochets all along the foundation chain here. So we have to make 100 single crochets until we get to the chain here after the loop. All right, so let's make single crochet stitches now. So I'm back here to work the last single crochet with you guys. And this is a different single crochet. We are going to make an unfinished single crochet because we have to prepare where we have to work with the second color. So we are preparing for the color change here. So you make a single crochet as you normally would. So you insert your hook there in the first chain we made there. You yarn over and you go through that chain. And now, instead of finishing your single crochet with the same color, so you would yarn over and pass the yarn through those two loops on the hook, we are not going to do that. We are going to grab our second color. Mine is this royal blue color. And we are going to finish that single crochet with the second color. Look at that. You adjust the first color there. You pull the working yarn a little bit. And now we are going to continue and work on round 2 using the second color. So we can go ahead and cut the first color there and leave a short yarn tail so we can weave in the ends. And let's move on and go to round 2. So just a recap of round 1. So in round 1 we have a total of 100 single crochets, and the last one is a little bit different because it's an unfinished single crochet. So we are going to start working on round 2 now. So let me show you which one is round 2. So we are working on this round here. And we are going to see our spiral starting to form. It's not going to be a beautiful and perfect spiral yet, but it's going to start coming along. So now we chain 2, and those 2 chains are going to count as a stitch. We turn our work, and in the same single crochet there from the previous round, we make a double crochet right there. So we have 2 stitches here, and now we go to the next single crochet from the previous round and we make 2 double crochets right there in the same single crochet. And we are going to continue doing this until we reach the other end we make 2 double crochet stitches in each single crochet from the previous round. So we make 2 double crochets in each single crochet until we get to this end here. So let's get to work. So these are double crochets now. And don't forget, 2 of them in each single crochet from round 1. Look at how nice it is already. You can already see that this is going to make curves and it starts to make a spiral. We are almost done with round 2. I have to make 4 more double crochet stitches here. So 2, 2, there you go. 1 more. And now we are going to cut the second color and leave a short tail just to weave in our ends. And we are going to start working on round 3 with the third color. And for the third color, I like to attach it on the other side here, which is the beginning of the wing spinner, after the loop there. So I attach my yarn on the second chain we made there in the beginning of round 2. And I like to do that instead of just continuing here with the third color, because I find it gives a better shape to the spiral if we start from the top here. And one more thing before we start round 3, don't worry if you don't see a beautiful spiral yet. It will start taking shape as we work on the next rounds. Okay, so let's start. My third color is a teal color. Alright, so now that round 2 is done, let's start working on round 3. So let me show you which one is round 3 on this finished wing spinner. So round 3 is this one here. And we are almost done. So after round 3, we have round 4, and then we are done with the spiral, and then we just have to make the tassel. Now, as I said before, we attach the third color on the second chain from round 2, and then we chain 2. Those chain 2 count as a stitch, and now in the same chain there, the same spot, we make a half double crochet. So half double crochet. So there you go, we have 2 stitches in the same spot there, in the same chain from round 2. Now we continue round 3 by making 2 half double crochets in each double crochet from round 2. So now we are working with half double crochet stitches. So don't forget, these are half double crochets and we make 2 in each double crochet from the previous round. Now I have 4 stitches to finish round 3. So I have to make 2 half double crochets right here together in the same stitch. And then on the last stitch there from round 2, I make 1 half double crochet. And then we are going to do the same technique as we did in round 1. So we are going to make an unfinished half double crochet. So we yarn over, we pass the yarn through the loop there, and we bring the yarn up. So now we have 3 loops on the hook. And instead of finishing this half double crochet with the same color, we are going to grab the next color and finish that half double crochet. So I'm going to use a baby blue now for round 4, and I'll finish round 3 with that 4th color. So I yarn over and I pass the last color through all the 3 loops on my hook. Look at that. So now the 4th color is ready here, so we can start round 4. And round 4 is very simple. We are going to chain 1, turn our work. Before we continue, to make it easier here, we can just cut that 3rd color and weave in the end, so it's out of the way. And now we can continue and work on round 4. So round 4, we make 1 single crochet in each half double crochet from the previous round. The chain 1 here doesn't count as a stitch, so we make 1 single crochet right there in the same spot as that chain. And now we continue making single crochets until the other end over here, all the way up here. So we finish at the top of the spinner. Look at that. So now, don't forget, it's only 1 single crochet in each stitch from the previous round. Look at how beautiful it is. So colorful. Love it. Let's continue and I'll meet you back in a while. So I have to make a few more single crochets to finish round 4, which is our last round. And there we go. Round 4 is complete. So let's just cut the yarn here, leaving a short tail just to weave in the ends. Now I'm going to weave in all my ends in this side and in this side too, but I'm going to leave that long yarn tail we left in the beginning before making the slip knot. So we don't weave in that end, just leave it aside for now. So I'm going to use a tapestry needle to weave in my ends. And you can do that in the way that you are used to. I think everyone has a different technique and style to weaving ends, right? Yeah. But something that I like to do to make those ends stay in place and to be more secured there, I like to use a little bit of fabric glue to make it stay better there. Especially in this case that this is going to be used as a decor and it's going to be spinning around a lot. Yeah, so we can make sure those ends don't come loose. Now to make the tassel, you're gonna use one of the colors that you used to make the wind spinner. So I'm going to use the royal blue, and then that piece of cardboard that I showed you in the beginning of the video. And we are going to wrap our yarn around the piece of cardboard around 20 times, let's say. Yeah. Now we are going to cut the yarn here on the bottom of the cardboard piece. Look at that. Now we are going to need a piece of the same yarn color there. Let's say a 10 inches yarn piece. And we are going to go with that yarn under all the yarn wrapped around the cardboard. You can use your hands or the tapestry needle, whatever works better for you. And we bring that yarn all the way to the top here. We adjust the two tails so they measure approximately the same size there. And then we tie a knot here on the top, very tight knot. So I grabbed all my yarn here. It's all secured by that piece of yarn and the knot. Now we go to the bottom of the cardboard and we cut all the yarn that is around the cardboard. Look, the tassel is almost ready. We are left with this for now. Now we need another piece of yarn of approximately 10 inches too. We are going to leave approximately 1 inch here, and we are going to tie all this yarn together with the yarn tail that we just got. So you tie it very tightly there. So it's looking like this till now, and then you adjust all the yarn tails. And then you can trim the end here, so it's all the same size. Leave this yarn here, this yarn tail here, and just trim the bottom to make it pretty. Now with the help of our tapestry needle, we are going to put the beads here. So I'm using 2 big wooden beads. You can use whatever you want, or you can just omit this part here. And now it's time to attach the tassel to the wind spinner. So the tassel goes on the bottom of the wind spinner. So with the help of the tapestry needle, we sew the tassel. So I get 1 yarn tail there from the tassel. I pass it through a few yarn strands here of the wind spinner, so it's very well secured. Don't do it just, grabbing 1 loop of yarn here on the bottom, because it's gonna be loose and it can fall off. And then I tie a few knots here using the 2 yarn tails from the tassel. And after I do that, I'm going to weave in these yarn tails. So 4 knots there. So I'm going to weave in the yarn tails, and I'm going to use the fabric glue to secure them in place there. And it also helps the tassel to stay and not fall off. You can even tie some extra knots here if you want, just to make sure it stays where it should be. one more thing I have to tell you. You see my wind spinner is not looking like a spiral, it's not looking pretty, so I have to fix it. So I go ahead and I fold it in circles like this until the end there, the other end. And then it takes the shape that we want it to have, right? That takes some time, this is a long one. Now it's looking pretty. One more tip, if you want to make the fringe of your tassels here straighter, you can use a blow dryer. You can kind of comb them with your hands and the blow dryer, and the heat of the blow dryer will make them straighter and it's gonna look better. So I hope this tutorial was useful, that it was easy to follow, and that you make many wind spinners. You can sell them, you can give them to friends and family, you can make many for yourself. Yes, you can sell them, okay? I always get that question. Thank you again for watching my videos. If you make them, take a picture, post on Instagram, tag me, because I would love to see yours and I would love to see the colors that you chose. Yeah, do that please. Thank you again. See you in my next video. Bye bye.